up in something dumb. You create to desecrate the feeling I've become. A prophet not to be made but heard. Fixing toys and sarcasm, to me it's clear, to you absurd.
Alright, welcome to Here's to the Rubble episode 19. That was a cover of NoFX's We Threw Gasoline on the Fire and Now We Have Stumps for Arms and No Eyebrows, I think it is.
That sounds right.
The cover is by Duff. I don't really know.
From The Simpsons.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah, I don't really know anything about the band. I only really know this song.
I mean, that's more than I know. I hadn't heard this before just now. So.
True. Yeah, I'm joined today by Steve, as you can hear.
Hello.
Yeah, we actually got a few things to talk about today. Yeah, we're going to talk about covers a little bit later in the episode. I think after the first song.
And go ahead, OJ.
I was just gonna say, Steve, what you been listening to?
Well, there's one thing I've been listening to that I know you've been listening to, but we'll wait for a second to get into that. Spoilers, it's Donda, because...
Donda.
Of course, Donda.
Donda.
Because everyone's listened to that probably this last week. Isn't it the most streamed album, like, on Spotify? Like, didn't it already break some record or something? That's probably right. Gage can look that up.
Gage, can you pull that up for me?
Yeah, but aside from that, I've listened to actually a lot of albums this week. Just off the top of my head, I listened to Unknown Pleasures by Joy Division. Not for the first time technically, but technically for the first time. I've listened to like songs off of it before, and I'm pretty sure I've listened to the whole thing before, but I don't know if I've ever actually listened to the whole thing in one sitting before, which I did this week. Unsurprisingly, good album. I don't think that's a hot take at all. I also listened to Teens of Denial by Car Seat Headrest, also really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I had heard like the songs off of it before, but I never actually listened to the whole thing. I listened to $1 Million to Kill Me by Joyce Manor, which is, I think, their most recent actual album. It's from like 3 years ago, though, and they had one like come out, I think, last year that was, I don't know. On Wikipedia, it's not listed as an album. It's just listed as a collection. So I don't know what that means. But, yeah, $1 Million to Kill Me, it was pretty good. I don't know. I don't like it as much as, like, their other albums, like I really like S/T, Never Hungover Again, and Cody. And I thought $1 Million to Kill Me was good, really good. I just didn't think it was as good as those ones. I also listened to Forgettable by Sorority Noise, who is a band that I've talked about on here before.
Yep. I remember you mentioning them.
Yeah, because I listened to their album Joy Departed, which I liked a lot. This one I also liked. I just don't think I liked it as much. Again, this is not anything negative about those specific albums, like $1 Million to Kill Me or Forgettable. Those are both good albums. they're just not my favorite of these bands, I guess. Because I really enjoyed them and I'm gonna listen to them again. But I guess they just didn't give as good of a first impression to me as those other ones did. I actually listened to a lot this week. I also listened to I kind of went on like a Midwest emo / pop punk binge, like with Joyce Manor, Sorority Noise, and then I checked out the album Best Buds by Mom Jeans. It's from like 2016. Also, now I know why they're called Mom Jeans, because there's a sample in this album from an episode of Bob's Burgers, I guess, where I guess it's Jean and then Linda, the mom or whatever, and apparently there's a line in the show where they're like that they have a band or something, and at one point they're like, yeah, Mom and Jean, and then Jean just goes, yeah, Mom Jeans, and yells that, and then the song starts. I think that's off of Edward 40 Hands. I can't remember, but I remember listening to that and being like, oh, okay, so that's how they got their name. That's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny. And then what else did I listen to? Oh, I listened to These Days Are Gone by Free Throw, which was pretty good. I really liked Two Beers In specifically off of that album. And then I also checked out The Rain Just Follows Me, which is just a single by the band Hawthorne Heights. Pretty good. Not much to say about that one. And then last week I played a song by John Floriani, Cleveland, Ohio, that I really, 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 really liked. So I actually went and I listened to the rest of his discography. He has like an album and an EP out, I guess. One in 2014 called Terrace, and then one in 2019 called Sin, which is after Cleveland, Ohio, which I think was in 2016. But I listened to both of them, and this is such a bummer. I hate when this happens. I didn't really dig him. I don't know, man. I thought Terrace was pretty good. Like, that was an older one, 2014. But his album in 2019, I'm going to listen.
Feeling it?
I just wasn't feeling it. I'm going to listen to it again. But it's a pretty different style. It felt more poppy and less, like, raw, which is what I really liked about that song, Cleveland, Ohio. It just felt really raw and real to me. And Terrace had a little bit more of that, and I think that's because it was a bit older of a like it predated that style change or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I just didn't feel Sin. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it again though, because I loved that one song by him enough to try and crack these, I guess. Right. Maybe I was just in the wrong headspace when I listened to him. But then also, yes, as mentioned earlier, I listened to Donda by Kanye West. And I don't have as many thoughts and opinions about it as I probably should. But I certainly have some, and I know you do too, because you also listen to it. But what did you listen to this week, man?
So this week I listened to every Straight Line Arrival album.
Right. Yes.
Just like one each day. I'm just trying to decide which one's my favorite, and I still haven't come to that decision yet. But I especially enjoyed this time around Paper Skin and The Greatest Arsonist. Mm-hmm. And I know you.
Great.
Yeah, I know earlier you were saying you haven't really dipped into their other stuff before Letdown.
Mostly just The Greatest Letdown, and then like a couple other songs. Off the top of my head, I don't know if I could tell you which ones. Bastard of a Bastard, and then like a couple others, but I don't remember. Yeah, just off the top of my head. But
yeah, I definitely recommend if you're trying to dip into their other albums, go for The Greatest Arsonist next, just because it's more like The Greatest Letdown.
Yeah, that sounds good to me, man.
Then I'd say Glass Bones and then Paper Skin.
I like those names. I'm assuming maybe sorry, I gotta turn my phone off. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it's annoying crap out of me. I hope, just from like following what's their name? Straight Line Arrival. I forget. Sky, right? From following Sky on Instagram, I imagine that those are a reference to SpongeBob. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know. That
I was born with glass bones and paper skin, like that. So I think that's probably what they are, because they're pretty funny. I follow their stuff. It's just, I think you even said, you're like, I thought it was just like, wow, this is a funny meme account, and then they posted something about music, and you were like, wow, this is great. Yeah,
I discovered them through their meme page on Facebook.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I also listened to Talon of the Hawk by the Front Bottoms.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I don't know if I've listened to that one, but I've listened to a bit of the Front Bottoms. What do you think of them?
I've listened to them before a bunch. Listened to this album before, but never like specifically.
Oh, like, I know.
Like, I've heard all of the songs on this album. I've never listened to this album all the way through, which can make a big difference.
I think I'm
going
to add that to my list. I think I'm going to do that, because the only one I've actually heard off of this album is, I think, Au Revoir. I don't know
really, if dude? You don't know Swear to God, the Devil Made Me Do It?
No.
Oh, dude, that song's killer. Wait, there's no way you don't know.
I don't know, man. I think it's possible.
I don't know. I find it hard to believe you don't know Twin Size Mattress.
I maybe if I heard it, I would recognize it, but I do not.
That's like their biggest song.
I know, like, I talk about the Front Bottoms like I'm a fan of them because I really like their sound, but I haven't listened to much of their stuff actually. They have that song. I think it's a pretty new one, Camouflage, that I think is fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, their whole new record is really good. I like it a lot.
I gotta listen to the whole thing because I love Camouflage. What else do I even know by them? I know a few songs. I just can't think of any of them now. I feel like I'm kind of on the spot.
But yeah, off that album that Camouflage is on, that's In Sickness and Flames. Yeah, they got Everyone Blooms, The Truth. The Hard Way is pretty good. I like Montgomery Forever. I like Jerk. I like Camouflage, like you said. Yeah, that's a really good record. But you should listen to Talon of the Hawk and then that.
Okay, I'll have to do that, honestly, because like I said, I really like their sound, so I might as well check it out. Like,
all through like quarantine and shit, they were doing live streams. Like,
oh, really? That's cool.
Almost every week. And yeah, they'd like change their setup and everything, so the scenery would be different.
That's kind of sick.
I never watched any of the live streams, but I watched like the VODs and just the songs uploaded after the fact, and they kill it.
Yeah, I like I said, I really like their sound. It doesn't really make much sense that I haven't checked out more of them than I have.
Yeah, I discovered them through their Tiny Desk concert.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah. That makes sense. Those are cool.
So you want to talk about Donda?
Yeah, we should talk about Donda.
All right.
I don't even know where to start. Do you want to? What was your biggest impression of it? I guess. What do you think?
I don't think it was bad.
I don't think it was bad either. I enjoyed it.
Honestly, I'd go as far to say it. I think it was pretty good.
Here is my main gripe with it. And depending on who you are, this might not even be a bad thing. But why was this album an hour and 48 minutes long, man? That's easily the longest album I've ever listened to. Because I think, is that true? I think that's true. I don't know. All those other albums I was telling you about, like, that I listened to this week, I mean, maybe I've just gotten soft from listening to Midwest emo and pop punk and punk albums that are, like, 20 minutes long. And I'm like, wow, that was a great album. It had 12 songs and the whole thing was only 20 minutes long. But, like, listening to this thing, I had to take a break, actually. Like, I was like, this is, like, fun and enjoyable.
I'm not that soft, so I didn't have to do that.
Yeah, fair enough. I was just like, I got other things to do. I don't have all this time to set aside, 2 hours. Who is just 2 hours?
Listening to this album was like watching a Quentin Tarantino movie. As far as like the amount of time it takes compared to other things that are that form of media.
And I bet it has a very similar audience too, actually. What would you say was your favorite track off the album? I'm curious about that.
I actually enjoyed quite a few, but I really like Okay Part 2.
Dude, Okay Part 2 is fantastic. I'm right there with you. I think you mentioned it in the group chat. I don't know her name. I think Jalen said it, but I don't remember what it was. She was great in that.
Shensia.
There you go. Sure. That sounds right.
I believe that's how you pronounce it. I
really liked her in that. That was awesome. I really liked Junya too. Like part 1 and 2.
Yeah, I liked them. I liked Okay Part 1 as well.
Yeah.
I believe I liked Hurricane.
You believe? You don't remember?
I can't remember exactly, but yeah, because I want to say it was Off the Grid and Hurricane.
You know what?
It was either that or Hurricane and Praise God, but I don't think it was Praise God.
I liked Off the Grid as well too. I've heard a lot of people complaining about the album not being mixed right. I didn't really notice any of that. Did you?
I didn't realize any mixing issues, but maybe because Jalen had mentioned
it's our
that.
Headphones.
But also maybe he just listened to it because I know they like updated it.
Oh yeah, no, that's
after
true.
they released it, so maybe he just listened to it before they updated it.
Yeah. One thing that did kind of take me out of it a little bit, which I think a lot of people have complained about, is the censorship. Like that was kind of weird, right? Like
that is the main reason why I don't think any of it's really gonna go into any playlists.
Really, you think that that's gonna be enough to hold it back that much?
Well, for me.
Oh, for you. Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Not for everyone else.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting that this is like a Christian rap album.
Yeah.
Like, and I know obviously that's what like Jesus is King
Kanye
was
West
also.
is like Skillet.
Dude, Kanye West is just like Skillet.
So also you mentioned that thing in the group chat.
What did I mention? That completely.
I want you to try and recreate that noise for me.
So I was so like I knew it was in the album. I saw the memes about it or whatever, right? And I was like, that's weird. Okay, but I'm sure it'll
completely off guard.
I was gonna say I'm sure it'll make sense in context or something, or maybe it'll like. But yeah, I was just listening to it and I forget which song it was. Is it at the end of Remote Control? I think
so.
I can't remember because it just was so out of place. It made no sense at all. I'm just listening and I'm like, okay, yep, song is playing, and then I am the glob gobble the schwabble double dibble double dibble double. I was like, what? What is it? What is happening? It was, I don't know, man.
Yeah, bro. Because you started the album before me.
Yeah,
but I finished it before you.
Yeah, because
took a break.
So I just heard the glove gab galab and I was like, okay, I gotta stop. I gotta take a break here.
And when I hit that point in the album, I almost took a break, but I'm like, nope, I gotta power through.
It just took me out of it so much because up until that point I was like, yeah, this is a decent album, man. I'm digging this. And then that happened and I was just like, okay, this is all right. I gotta step away here for a second.
So overall, do you like the first or second half of the album more?
Okay, let me think. It's tough because, like, counting the part two. Are you counting the part twos or no?
Yes.
I don't know, man, because it feels like to me, the first half and then the very end are very similar because of, a lot of them are the part twos of songs that came in the first half. So the middle feels the most out of place to me. I think I don't know.
All right, here, we'll do it this. Do you like the first third, second third, or third third?
Probably the third, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Because I even feel like I liked Jail Part 2 better than the first Jail.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, cool, yeah. So kind of same opinion. So I'm just looking at something here because I wanted to make sure that this was right before I said it. So Soulja Boy was originally supposed to have a feature on Remote Control. Is that true? Was that what's supposed to happen? And then
I don't know.
And then he got swapped out for the Glob Gob collab. Because if that's what it is, I can see why he's so mad. Because I remember last night I was sending some of the tweets in the group chat about like, bro, this dude is hurt. Like his feelings are hurt so bad. Like he was just tweeting out like Rick and Morty like is better than all of Donda the album, which I was like, all right, sure, buddy, sure it is. But yeah, it says here, according to Soulja Boy, Kanye West asked him to do a feature on the song, but that version of the song didn't make the final cut of the album. To Soulja Boy's surprise, when he expressed on Twitter upon the album's release, quote, Kanye sent me that song Remote Control, and I don't hear my verse on it. Fuck that. And I can't say that. But yeah.
Why not?
That's a good question. Why can't everyone say it? That's what I want to know. But yeah, that's really funny because, I mean, I'm not a big Soulja Boy fan, but I feel like a Soulja Boy verse, it would have to be better than that. Like, why is that in that? I want to know what was going on. Yeah, swabble double dibble double dibble dub schwab. Like, I've heard that song a lot of times. Not Remote Control, the meme one.
Yeah.
Because, man, I'd be so insulted if I was like...
But
What's up?
Is anyone that surprised? Didn't Kanye drop that scoop-diddy-poop shit once upon a time?
That is true. Was that off of Jesus is King or was that off of Ye?
I don't know.
See, I don't... That's another thing I feel like I should express. I'm not a huge, like, Kanye guy.
Yeah, I haven't listened to Kanye in a very long time. I pretty much listened to his older records.
Yeah, I
and
like.
even then, I haven't listened to them in a while.
I feel like for just full disclosure, I should probably say I've listened to less than 10 rap albums, like, back to back. Like, I'm not a huge rap and hip hop guy. Like, I like it and everything. It's just not my, it's not my main focus of things that I listen to, which I'm sure you have guessed from listening to this podcast if you've heard the albums that I'm bringing up every week. It's very rarely rap albums. Like, I've listened to, like, a couple Kendrick albums, like Damn and T-Pab. And then I've actually listened to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy front to back, and that's a great album. But like other than like those three and then Empire State of Mind by Nas, not Empire State of Mind, New York State of Mind. Empire State of Mind is the Jay-Z song.
Yeah.
Which Nas is fantastic. I also listen to like a decent amount of Nas, but like I don't listen to a whole lot of Kanye. I don't listen to a whole lot of like rap that's coming out right now, unless Jalen sends it to me, basically. But I don't know. I like this album. I just don't know if I liked it enough to really listen to it again. Like, I'll probably add Jenya and like a couple other songs.
I don't think I'll ever be able to listen to the entire thing all the way through again.
Yeah, word. Like, I don't know. I'll probably add Jenya and like a couple other songs to my playlist, but I don't know, man. I feel like this album. The main reason I listened to it is because there's just such a huge build up for it, right?
We had to. We got to put it in the title.
You gotta. You gotta for searchability or whatever. But I don't know if it lived up to the hype.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really. I don't think I'm the person who can answer that question. Just
That's
because I'm not a person who was hyped for it.
That's true. I don't know if I was hyped for it, but I was like, all right, well, I'm very interested to hear this when it comes out, or to hear about how it's received at the very least.
You see, what happened to me was every time someone talked to me about the fact that it was going to be coming out, I completely forgot I have a podcast where I talk about music, and I was insisting that I'll probably never end up listening to it.
Oh, there you go.
So I didn't really intend to listen to this album until like...
Would you have listened to it if I hadn't messaged you about it?
I might not have today.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
But I think someone eventually would have reminded me that that's kind of what we do here.
It is kind of what we do here. So,
I don't know what else we do here, though, other than talk about music.
We listen to it.
Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do listen to it.
That was a pretty slick transition. I'm not even going to bring up the thing I was going to say, because I imagine you're about to play a song, aren't you?
Yeah, I was thinking we could do that.
All right, go right ahead. Real quick though, closing thoughts on Donda. Would you recommend this album to someone?
Yeah, I think people should give it a listen.
I would say the same thing. I don't know how much I liked it, but I would say it's worth the listen. Or at the very least, there are songs on it that are worth a listen. And if you don't have an hour and 48.
I don't want to rate it like by number because that seems cliche.
I'm gonna rate it.
What tier is it?
How many Dondas would you rate it?
No. What tier?
Donda.
D tier?
That's my rating.
I'm gonna say.
I don't know. I would say this is at least a C.
I was gonna say a B tier album.
I'm gonna say C plus. No, B minus. Cause C,
right.
I feel like C is average. Whereas I was like, I think this was better than average.
Right.
But it wasn't. I don't know. It didn't make a huge impact on me. I liked parts of it, and I thought it was cool. But I just don't have that much to say about it, and I don't know if says more about Kanye or about myself. But
and your tiny little squirrel brain.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we could give a listen to "Paint It Black," covered by The Unseen.
Whoa.
Wow.
Let's check it out.
Survive
That was
Don't
sick,
say hell
man.
yeah. Okay.
I know. I had to stop myself. I was gonna say hell yeah, that was sick.
I almost
but
did
just
it too.
skipped it a second. No, that's awesome. That's an awesome cover, man.
Dude,
that's really good.
one of the best covers ever.
I'm straight up adding that to my playlist like right now. That was really good. Who is that by again?
The Unseen.
The Unseen. So that's okay. What else have the Unseen done? Because I don't know if I know them.
I've
all.
only listened to that whole record by them.
Okay.
Yeah. But I discovered them through one of the Give Me the Boot or Give 'Em the Boot records.
Oh,
which,
yeah, okay.
Which was, I'm pretty sure, Hellcat's Punkorama, essentially.
Yeah.
That's how I discovered them, which once again shows that compilations need to be a big thing again because you discover so many cool bands through them.
I feel like they don't really exist anymore. Like I'd say the closest thing is like I don't know, Spotify playlists or something now.
Right. But yeah, I think fucking compilation albums should come back.
Yeah, that was really sick, man. So we're talking about covers in case no, we talked about that earlier. Like we mentioned
in case you just tuned in. In case you
just tuned in.
Started this clicked this podcast and then skipped to like almost halfway through.
Or alternatively, your roommate was listening to this podcast and then died of a heroin overdose, and you walked into the room and were like, "Oh no, what's going on?" But then you were also hearing what was coming on in the speakers, and you're like, "Well, I gotta check this out first."
Wait, this is kind of interesting.
What are these guys talking about? Covers? So yeah, that's what we're talking about. If that exact experience is happening to you, you should probably stop listening to this. Call 911 first, and then.
Oh, hold on. You can put headphones in.
That's true. Actually, that's true. Like one earphone in, listening to this while you're explaining to 911 why your roommate is choking on their own vomit. Covers, I think, are cool. That's a very hot take, I'm sure. But it's really interesting.
Some of them are.
I mean, yeah. There's definitely bad covers. About a Girl by Puddle of Mud comes to mind. I don't know if you haven't seen that video, go look it up. It's incredible.
All right.
Have you not seen that, RJ?
I don't think so.
Oh, that should have been the one that I played. In case you're unfamiliar, Puddle of Mud is the band that sings "She Fucking Hates Me." And then I don't know much else by them because that was really their biggest hit. I think they'd be called post grunge or something. That's probably what you consider them. But there's this video. It's some sort of interview with them, like where they're in a studio. I think maybe it's not an interview. I think it was for something, but it's the lead singer. He's singing about a girl, and I think it's just him with an acoustic guitar. And like, he's not a bad singer in songs that I've heard by Puddle of Mud, but this video is incredible how bad he is. He's just like screaming, and not in like a good way, like not in a melodic, like hitting any notes kind of way. He's just like, ah! It's pretty bad.
Oh God.
I would do more accurate impression, but I don't want to just blow the mic out. It's bad. But yeah, covers I feel like are really interesting because I feel like there's a lot of songs that are good songs, you know.
Yep.
That's I should have prepared what I was gonna say here instead of just kind of coming up with this off the top of my head. But there's a lot of times like songwriters will write a really great song that they either just don't have the right sound for, or they do have a good sound for it, and then someone else covers that song and puts their own spin on it and it gives it a whole new personality. Like that song, Paint It Black. I'm sure everyone's heard the original, and great song. I'm not trying to take that away.
Right.
But
this version's better.
It's so much. I hate to say it, it's so much better. Like the
Way
Rolling
better.
Stones, great band. But the
I like
energy
their
and
early
like
stuff.
the energy and like how I don't know this song. It's kind of like got like a darker feel to it, right? So when it's kind of heavier and like upbeat and angrier sounding like that, I feel like that brings a whole new level to it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's really cool.
So I kind of want to just talk about some of our favorite covers and then some like maybe like controversial covers.
Okay. Yeah.
Or like some widely accepted covers that are like accepted as the better version of the song that we might disagree with.
Oh, okay. So I have an example of like that I think everyone agrees is the better version of this song.
I think I know what you're going to say.
I hope you agree with everyone else on this because it is correct.
You're
Hurt.
about to say Hurt. Yeah.
I'm about to say Hurt. Johnny Cash's Hurt, I think, is the definitive version. Like Trent Reznor, I feel like God, I'm having deja vu. I feel like I've said this on the podcast before, but that song really sounds and feels like it was written for Johnny Cash. Like, if
You
you're
want to know something?
What's up?
I think both sides are wrong.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I
Let's
think
hear it.
both versions are equally as good because they feel like two completely different songs that are about a completely different thing.
Okay, interesting.
Like
okay,
I feel like the Nine Inch
elaborate on
Nails
that.
version is like it sounds like, you know, this rambles of someone who's like depressed and maybe thinking about like killing themselves or something or unaliving themselves. Whereas I feel like Johnny Cash's more sounds like, you know, an old man at the end of his life.
You know what? Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you.
Not necessarily depressed, but maybe sad for where the memories have gone.
I think you know what? That's a good point. It does feel like a story of depression for both people, just at different parts of their lives. Like
right,
Johnny
and
Cash,
like almost a different kind of depression.
absolutely. Because Nine Inch Nails, you know, there's Trent Reznor's version. You know, there's obviously Trent Reznor is when he's singing the song, he's younger than Johnny Cash is when Johnny Cash is singing Hurt.
Right.
And like you said, Hurt, it really sounds like an old man looking back at his life. Like when he sings the line, "What have I become?" It, to me, that speaks more to like a man thinking about like, you know, his past when he was young and how different he was, and like how much he's just changed over the years. Whereas
Right.
when Trent Reznor is singing "What have I become," it feels more of like, oh shit, like these decisions
like
that I've
I'm
made.
a shell of
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
was. Like I'm not
Yeah.
who I should be. And like Johnny Cash, like it feels like his is more about like, you know, what he's lost, whereas Trent Reznor's almost feels like what he never had.
Okay, interesting.
Like, you know, being like almost like sad because he never had happiness. Like it feels like he's always been depressed or something like that.
Yeah,
Whereas
true.
Johnny
true.
Cash's really makes me feel like it's someone looking back at when they were happy.
Like an old man at the end of his life being like, how did it all go so wrong?
Right.
Yeah, totally. For sure. And
Dude, I knew you were going to say Hurt,
Yeah,
and I
well,
knew
I
we'd
feel
have this discussion this
Hurt,
episode.
Hurt is like the cover. Like,
It's the cover.
well, actually, another song which I feel like is like the cover is considered like the definitive version of it is Hallelujah, originally written by Leonard Cohen, but Jeff Buckley, his version is the one that everyone really knows. And I feel like that's it's interesting how often. Also, if you're not familiar, it was in Shrek. That's not for you, RJ. That's for other people. Also, you've probably heard it at every single open mic you've ever been to. But
Never been to an open mic.
maybe you should do that.
Maybe. Probably
there's,
not.
There's this one cafe in Edmonton. Actually, I've only been to like 2 open mics ever, but they're fun. Anyway, there's this one cafe where there's a sign on the wall that just says absolutely no stairway to heaven and no hallelujah. That's the only rule. Like you can sing any other song, you can play any other song, just not those two. But yeah, like there's actually a lot of songs I feel that the cover is considered the definitive version, to the point where a lot of people don't even, not a lot of people, where some people I guess might not even realize that they're covers. Like a lot of people, they're like, oh yeah, hallelujah, that's the original, that's how it sounds, right? But then you listen to the Leonard Cohen version and it's like, oh, this is like a whole different vibe.
Yeah, but I feel like we're talking like that, like this case versus the Hurt case. I feel like we're talking about like 2 different things, because I feel like everyone recognizes that Hurt is a cover, and just feels that Johnny Cash's is better. Whereas I think the original for Hallelujah, I did not say that right.
sorry, the original for what? Pardon me? You want to give that one another crack?
Nope.
Okay, fair enough.
I feel like that's just kind of been lost to history.
Fair. Yeah, actually, that's kind of true, I guess, because like I said, a lot of people don't even know that it is. In fact,
fucking insightful this episode, bro.
Yeah, man, look at you. You got a lot of smart things to say. Another song that a lot of people, or myself at the very least, didn't realize was a cover until someone told me. All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix.
Oh yeah,
it's a Bob Dylan song, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I've heard the Bob Dylan version. Not a fan. I really, 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 really love Hendrix All Along the Watchtower, and maybe that's the reason why, is because I heard it first.
Right.
But to me, I was like, man, the Hendrix version is the best version of this song. And then when I realized that it wasn't written by him, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And Bob Dylan, I feel like, is someone who very, very often his songs are covered because he's a great songwriter.
We were talking about that.
Yeah.
Because
he's a great songwriter.
We almost played 3 Bob Dylan covers on this podcast this episode.
I almost want to change, because my song that'll be coming up soonish is a Bob Dylan song. I almost want to change it though to a different one, because I feel like it's very easy to talk about like Bob Dylan songs that are covers that people might not know are covers. Like, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like we should listen to at least one Bob Dylan cover.
Okay, yeah.
Just because we're about to talk about a bunch of them.
Yeah, true. Like, Bob Dylan and Tom Waits are 2 people that I feel like everyone recognizes that they're like fantastic songwriters, but people tend to prefer covers of their songs. For me personally, I love Tom Waits' voice. I
love Bob Dylan's voice.
See, I'm the opposite. Where like I will listen to the Tom Waits version of songs over covers almost every single time. And if I do listen to a cover, it's because it's just brings something cool and different to the table, not because I'm like, this is a better version of this song. Whereas for Bob Dylan, I don't know. Sometimes he's not bad to listen to. Like, his voice is okay, depending on what song it is. But there's other times where I'm like, all right, Bob. Like, he's like, oh, like, he's got that quality to his voice that's like, if I was to do that and your eyes were closed and I was like, all right, who am I doing an impression of? You would know it was Bob Dylan.
You want to know what's crazy? I didn't know that people didn't like Bob Dylan's voice until I was like 16.
That's funny, man. Because that was one of the.
I just never knew anyone had a problem with his voice. I've always liked his voice.
I mean, hey, fair enough, man. Like, and I'm maybe, I don't know. I feel like there's like definitely mixed camp on it. Like, everyone loves Bob Dylan. Well, or at the very least, everyone respects him.
Everybody better love Bob Dylan.
But yeah, like his voice, I specifically prefer like covers of his songs to his versions, because they're just not as. I find the covers are usually better to listen to, if that makes sense. Maybe that's a very rude thing to say, but I genuinely believe
it's not rude. It's just wrong.
It's just wrong. Yeah, fair enough. So there's a song that I was gonna play. We're not actually playing it because I changed my mind to a different Bob Dylan song. But Desolation Row by Bob Dylan, great song. However, there's a My Chemical Romance cover of it that I think is a better version of the song. I just feel
I find that hard to believe.
Okay, fair enough. Do you like the original a lot or what?
I can't think of it off the top of my head just because that guy has like 8 billion songs. But I'm gonna have to listen to the two side by side and decide and decide which one's better, and then tell you that I decided you are wrong.
That's fair. If you guys haven't listened to that before, go check it out. I'm curious to hear people's opinions on it. The funniest thing I think about it is, as far as I know, maybe I'm wrong about this, the only version of this song that exists, like the My Chemical Romance cover, is from the it's from the soundtrack to the Watchmen movie, like Zack Snyder's Watchmen. So, like,
Weird.
On Spotify at least, the version that I have has the album art from the movie Watchmen. But I think it's really good. I think it's in the movie. I honestly don't remember, which is dumb because I definitely should. But I haven't seen that movie in such a long time, so whatever. But it's a really good version of that song. And then we're probably not too early to play it. I know we just listened to your song, but the song that I chose for this as a cover that I really like is Wagon Wheel, which I didn't know was a Bob Dylan song. Because, I mean, first of all, the first version I ever heard was by Darius Rucker.
And because you hate Bob Dylan.
And because I hate Bob Dylan, and I wish a plague upon his house. Yeah.
He's too old for that, Steve.
I know, that's not even funny. If something happens to Bob Dylan, I'm going to be in trouble.
Fucking evil.
I'm going to be in trouble.
You're going to feel evil if something happens to that man.
But Wagon Wheel, first version of the song I ever heard was by Darius Rucker, or Darius, of Hootie and the Blowfish. But I was always said that the song was originally by Old Crow Medicine Show, which I believe was the first band to actually perform it. But I didn't realize this. It was co-written by Bob Dylan, and then I think the lead singer from Old Crow Medicine Show. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. But, yeah, like, I think what it was is they, like, Bob Dylan, like, recorded a demo of it, and then, what's his name? I don't remember. Old Crow Medicine Show guy was like, oh, this is cool, and then, like, expanded on it, and I think they wrote part of it together, but Bob Dylan kind of just dropped it, and then the guy whose name, I should just look it up, I'm sorry, he finished it with Old Crow Medicine Show and then performed it with them. So I didn't even realize it was a Bob Dylan song until, like, I think last year or something. But I found a version of it just totally at random. I was just listening to Against Me on YouTube. I think I was listening to Thrash Unreal or Teenage Anarchist or something like that, because both great songs. And I think it's from the same album as Thrash Unreal is off of, New Wave. A song came up in my YouTube recommended, and it was Wagon Wheel by Against Me, and I was like, Wagon Wheel, that's funny. That's the same name as the Darius Rucker song. Surely it can't be the same one. And I clicked it and I listened to it, and yeah, it absolutely is. It's a cover of the Bob Dylan Old Crow Medicine Show song, and it's really good. I liked it a lot, and something that kind of made me smile was like the top comment on the video. I don't know if it's the most popular version on YouTube, but it's the one that was recommended to me. But there's a comment that just said, what was it? It was like, she was a Southern belle and I was an anarchist. We compromised, and this song was our first dance or something at our wedding. And I was like, oh, that's kind of sweet.
Yeah, that's great.
I think that's what it was. Off the top of my head, I don't remember. But let's give a listen to it. It's really good.
I was just to wrap up the Bob Dylan talk before this song.
Go right ahead, man.
Yeah, I was originally gonna play for the intro the Ballad of Hollis Brown, Rise Against cover of that, and I think Bob Dylan's I like more, but I think they're probably equally as good.
Fair, yeah.
Let's give it a listen.
I haven't heard the Rise Against version actually, so I'll have to go.
Oh, but you do know the Bob Dylan version?
I think so. But like
yeah.
I said, I hate Bob Dylan with a fiery passion, and I want to fight him. So maybe I'm lying. These are all things I've said before. Yeah, exactly. All right, but yeah, let's give it a listen.
All right. Heading down south, the land of the pines, I'm thumbing my way into North Carolina, staring up the road, pray to God I see headlights. Well, I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers, and I'm hoping for Raleigh so I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Running from the cold up in New England, I was born to be a fiddler in an old-time string band. My baby plays the guitar, I pick a banjo now. Oh, North Country winters keep forgetting me. Now I lost my money playing poker, so I had to up and leave. But I ain't turning back to living that old life no more. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Walking to the south, out of Roanoke, I caught a trucker out of Philly, had a nice long tote, but he's heading west from the Cumberland Gap, Johnson City, Tennessee. Oh, I gotta get a move on fit for the sun. I hear my baby calling my name, and I know that she's the only one. And if I die in Raleigh, at least I will die free. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me.
Yeah, I went.
That was
and,
terrible. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, wow, man, really? No, so it's weird. I'm actually trying to figure out where that version of the song comes from, and I can't. Because I was looking at because I thought it was off of New Wave, because the video that I saw it off of on YouTube had like the art for New Wave on it, but now I was looking on Wikipedia and I can't seem to find anything about it. So maybe I'm
It might just be a Laura Jane Grace cover.
Maybe.
And they might have fucked up the album art.
Well, Gage, where did you find it? Did you just play the YouTube version, or what did you do?
I just found it on YouTube, yeah.
Okay, yeah, interesting. I'm going to have to do some research about this. But Yeah, I don't know, I really love that version of the song. And
Yeah,
as
that was
it was
really
playing,
good. I liked it a lot.
right? I definitely like it better than the Darius Rucker version. Sorry, Darius. But yeah, I was looking at the comments on the YouTube video for it, and there's some really good ones here, which is maybe that's a weird thing to focus on, but there's some here that I really like. Like this one says, "Laura's music saved my life. I love her so much. Met her about a year ago. I remember singing this drunk at folk sessions, but never knowing the name of the song. Then I find Against Me's version, and now my life is complete." And then there's this one here that says, "This song reminds me of my sister who passed away 2 weeks ago. She traveled by hopping trains, hitching rides, and buses. Was one of her favorite songs. Hearing those first few notes make me start to tear up and makes me think of her. Missed you, Liz. Rest in peace, my beautiful sister," which I thought was quite nice. And then there's one here that says, "Literally the best song to drink alone to," which is, honestly, I could see it. And then, yeah, the one that I was talking about before, it says, "She was a Southern belle and I was a teenage anarchist," which, nice. "We compromised and danced to this at our wedding," which I really like. I think that's really sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like that version of this song. It's my favorite.
Yeah, I
my
liked
favorite
it a
one.
lot.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you had something else to say about it, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, this is the version that I think of when I think of this song, which maybe that's sacrilege. Maybe you're
I'll accept it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. I was scared. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we could talk about some of our other favorite covers until we wrap up. Maybe some underrated ones. I've got two specifically that I want to talk about.
Let's hear them, man.
Because I'm a huge fan of both versions of both of these songs. Never put two and two together that they were the same song.
How does that happen?
I don't know. But Sublime covered "We're Only Gonna Die for Our Arrogance" by Bad Religion on 40 Ounce to Freedom.
Oh, and you never realized there's both the same ones, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's not even that I never realized. I just never put two and two together.
Fair enough, man. Yeah.
And then also they covered Descendants' "Hope" on the same exact record, and I never put two and two together. That.
So you just listen, and you're like, man, Sublime's really good, and then you listen to Descendants and Bad Religion, and you're like, man, these guys are really good.
Yep.
Fair enough, man. I guess.
But also, so many songs off of 40 Ounce to Freedom are actually covers.
Mm-hmm.
"Smoke Two Joints" is a cover.
Who's the original bud? You know?
I can't remember their name, but they're like a reggae artist.
Okay, fair enough.
I believe "Rivers of Babylon" was a cover from another reggae band.
The Toys. Or Smoke Two
yeah,
Joints.
Yeah. Jack and the Toys.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's the only ones, but I think there might be other ones. I'm not sure. I think both things at the same time.
Wow, you can think of two things at once. That's impressive, RJ.
Yeah, I got like a dual processor.
Oh wow, I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know anything about computers.
Me
But nice. It just sounded good.
Yeah.
I really, like I mentioned earlier, I'm a big Tom Waits fan. But there is one version of one of his songs, "Jockey Full of Bourbon," I think is a fantastic song, and I love his version of it. But a friend of mine turned me on to a cover of it by, I'm going to pronounce this wrong. I am Asian, but I'm the wrong type of Asian to know how to pronounce this. Yoon Sun Na. But she has a version of "Jockey Full of Bourbon" that is just fantastic, just amazing, and I recommend it a lot. As much as I recommend the original, or maybe even more. I don't know.
I'll have to give them a listen.
Yeah, absolutely should. I would recommend it. I'm trying to think of some other covers that I really like, or ones that I just didn't realize were covers even, because I feel like that happens to me a lot, where I'll be like, yes, great song, and then I go look it up and I'm like, oh, it appears that I'm a fool. I don't know. Do you have any more you want to talk about specifically?
I was going to mention. Wait, I forgot. Hold on.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna vamp for time. Old Town Road. No, I'm kidding. There's Newfound Glory is a band that I don't know. They're like a pop punk band from like the early 2000s, but they have that one song, "The Promise," which I did not realize is not by them. I forget who the original is by, but in my hometown there's like a 70s, 80s, 90s like station that always just plays kind of garbage. But they were playing the original version of that song, and that was the first time I realized that it wasn't by Newfound Glory. But just thinking about covers of like old like I guess, I don't know, popular rock songs like from like 70s, 80s, 90s or whatever. The Ataris have a cover of The Boys of Summer that I really like, and I like that better than the original. Have you ever heard that one?
I don't think so.
It's really good. I think I heard it for the first time when I was living in Calgary. I was just driving around listening to like the alternative station, and I think it was summertime, and that came on and I had my windows down. And I was just driving listening to it, and I was like, nice, man. This is cool. I'm digging this. And obviously I knew the original, so it wasn't like I was confused or anything, but I was like, this is better. This is better. Did you remember which one it was that you were talking about?
Oh no, it's fucked up. I did, but now I forgot again.
Are you serious? Damn, dude. Is it my fault for talking too much?
I don't think so. I think I'm just kind of dumb.
I have another example if you want more time to think.
Yeah. Keep rattling some off.
Ain't No Sunshine. Michael Jackson has a cover of it that is fantastic. I believe the original is Bill Withers, but the Michael Jackson version is fantastic. This is like when he was still little, like small little Michael Jackson when he was cute.
Right.
And I feel like his voice just really, really, really does that song justice. It's really good. And then talking about covers is an interesting thing because jazz, when it comes to jazz, like basically, I don't know, like 90% of the genre is like covers essentially.
Right.
Like that's what jazz is, you know, there's standards and you play them and you do your own version of them, right? But most of the time you're not writing new jazz songs. Obviously there's exceptions, I guess it really depends on the type of jazz. Like, for example, Charles Mingus, composers like him, they're writing their own songs. You know, like these heavily composed pieces aren't usually versions of other people's songs. Usually they're their own songs. But I don't know where the gray area is when it's like a non-jazz artist who covers jazz songs. Like, for example,
right.
I think I've brought this up before on the podcast. I love Willie Nelson's jazz album, Stardust.
You have mentioned that.
Yeah. So he has a version of Someone to Watch Over Me. That is my favorite version of that song. But because of like the rules of jazz, I don't know, is that a cover? Do you call that, or do you just call that Willie Nelson doing that song? Because I've never once been to a jazz show and then like looked over at one of my friends and just been like, they're just playing covers. Like, you know, like I've never done that before. And I don't think anyone has ever done that before because it's kind of just accepted that that's what, that's what you do for jazz. But I don't know, because when it comes to Willie Nelson is not traditionally a jazz artist. I think that's a pretty fair thing to say.
I feel like if Willie Nelson does it, it's a cover.
That's what I'm saying, right? So
I feel like if you're not traditionally a jazz artist, like doing
a jazz song,
then I feel like that makes it a cover. But if you're a jazz artist, it's already your job to do those songs.
Yeah, like, see, I don't know. I feel like that's an interesting gray area.
Yeah, definitely.
Here's another good one. Weird Fishes, the Radiohead song. Leanne LaHavas does a really good cover of it that I think is really cool. I would recommend checking that out. I'm literally at this point, I'm just scrolling through my
I've got mine. I remembered it.
Oh, hell yeah, go ahead, because I have another one that I want to talk about, but go right ahead, man.
There's not any like released version of it at all, but Eric from Mischief Brew, he used to always like cover Nazi by The Day the Nazi Died by Chumbawamba.
Right. You brought this up, I think, last episode.
Yeah, I mentioned that, and I love his versions of it. Just I'll find various YouTube videos of him playing it and shit, and I think he kills it. And also, Bad Religion has a Christmas album where they do covers.
Excuse me?
Where they do covers of Christmas songs.
Bro, we got to do a Christmas episode.
Well,
be.
yeah. Did you think I was gonna give you a day off?
I meant like specifically like Christmas songs and stuff. But yeah, okay, that makes sense too. What was I gonna talk about? I had one. Oh yeah, here's one that's just kind of funny. It happened live in concert. I've seen a video of it, but I don't think a version of it exists like on Spotify or anything. But Car Seat Headrest covered "Hey Ya" by Outkast. It's actually good. It's surprising. I just saw a video on YouTube, and the title was "Car Seat Headrest covers Hey Ya" by Outkast, and I die from happiness. And I was like, I wonder what that is. And I click on it, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just like a minute of them playing the song. Like, it's not even the full song. And then just someone going, ah!
Yeah, your mic broke.
It cut
on
out.
that.
Yeah, I noticed that. Discord will do that. Hopefully it'll stay, because I'm recording my own audio this week. So hopefully you'll be able to hear that. Although I don't know if people would want to hear that or not. So
True. Would you like to know what Christmas songs Bad Religion covered?
Absolutely, I would like to hear that.
And this is kind of surprising because it's not like Jingle Bells and shit. It's like the super religious ones. Like Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
O
one.
Come All Ye Faithful.
Nice.
O Come Emmanuel. White Christmas. Little Drummer
I was
Drummer
about to say, I
Boy.
bet they did Little Drummer Boy too.
God Rest You Merry Gentlemen.
Oh,
What Child Is This? And
getting so
Angels We
excited.
Have Heard on High.
Dude, I'm absolutely going to listen to that. Although I don't know if maybe I should wait. until
Wait, you
Christmas
gotta
season.
wait. You
Yeah, I was
gotta
gonna
wait
say,
till
it's
Christmas.
not even September. Well, I guess technically it will be when this comes out, but
The Vandals also have a Christmas album, but it's original Christmas songs.
I don't know if I like that or not, but I'll probably check it out.
I'll name the songs off that one.
Oh, let's hear it.
I gotta pull it up. All right, here.
Okay,
oh,
never mind.
Nope, no, I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay, go ahead.
So the first song is "A Gun for Christmas."
All right, I'm on board. I'm fully
Grandpa's
on board.
Last Xmas.
Okay.
Thanks for Nothing.
Yep. Yep.
And this is the title track. This is also the name of the album. Oi to the World.
I like that.
Nothing's
that.
going to ruin my holiday. Christmas time for my penis.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I don't believe in Santa Claus.
Fair.
My first Xmas.
Oh,
In
that's
parentheses, as a woman.
Oh, okay. Still nice.
Dance of
Didn't
the
see
Sugar
twist-
Plum
the twist coming
Fairies.
up. Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies? Isn't that like the ballet song?
I don't know.
I think it is. I think that's from what's the one? The Rat King? The Nutcracker.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's true.
Here I Am, Lord.
Nice.
And then Christmas, but like spelled out like CHRISTMAS. And then Hang Myself from the Tree.
Nice. Well, all the direct decorations are up. Only one thing left to hang.
No, only one thing left.
I feel like I should also mention. Oh, right. This is what I was gonna say. I forgot about it mid sentence. But friends of the cast, Gratuitous Platypus, they actually have a Christmas song.
Your friends.
Yes, also just friends of mine. Did you say dear friends or your friends?
No, I said your friends.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
RJ
I was
hates
just
them,
kidding.
obviously. But no, they have a Christmas song too. I don't think it's publicly available though. But I think it was not last year, but the year before, around Christmas time, they posted a thing on their Instagram story that was like, "Hello, friends. Whoever wants a Christmas present from Gratuitous Platypus, respond to this." So I was like, all right, sure, I'll do that. And what I was gifted was a link to a Dropbox file. And I opened it up, and there's a song called Ice Cold Grave. And I was like, okay, all right, what's this going to be? Let's check this out. And I believe it was Stellar who wrote it. It's like the idea is it's a sequel to I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, where it's like, I'm going to get that bastard. How dare he? Like, I don't remember because this was like 2 years ago, but I think the idea is it's like, that son of a bitch made my mother cheat on my dad. I'm not letting him get away with this.
That's funny.
So it's about like a kid going to try and kill Santa Claus. So there's that. Not a cover though.
We should ask them if we could play that on the podcast for the Christmas
For the
episode.
Christmas episode, I will absolutely ask them about that. But getting back to covers, The Devil Went Down to Georgia. Obviously, the Charlie Daniels Band version is amazing, but the Primus version is pretty good too, in my opinion. And then this is a song that I actually don't know who the original is by because I've heard so many different versions of it. Do you know the song Four Strong Winds? It's like a country song.
I don't think so.
Okay. Ian Tyson has done a version. Johnny Cash has done a version. And both are great. I just actually do not know who originally sang it. Because I was always most familiar with the Ian Tyson version, but I don't believe that he actually wrote it. So, but I would say also check out the Johnny Cash version because, I mean, this isn't a hot take. Johnny Cash is really good. He's really great. He's got a great voice. He sounds good.
Yep.
I don't know.
Also,
oh yeah, go ahead.
The Vandals covered "Come Out Fighting" by Pennywise.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pennywise is great. Oh,
Pennywise
okay.
is
Sorry.
great.
I got I think this should have been the one that I played, but there's also no one who hasn't heard this song. I think this is the definitive version of this song, even though it is a cover. The Man Who Sold the World by Nirvana, a song originally by David Bowie, but the MTV Live version of that song, I feel like is it just me? Because I feel like that has become the definitive version of that song. Like,
yeah, I'd say.
Right? I don't know. I love the Nirvana cover of that song. And the original, I'm like, this is fine. But I feel like when you hear new versions of that song, whether it's in like movies or TV or just like, I don't know, on the radio or something, I feel like the versions that you hear more often than not, they are in a similar style to the Nirvana cover, more so than the David Bowie version.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? And I feel like that really just like tells how definitive that version is, that it's like, okay, yes, that might be the song, but this is how it sounds now, Right. So I think that's kind of cool. That is one of my favorite covers of all time, I think. So much so that I sometimes I forget it's a cover because I'm like, yeah, this is how it's supposed to sound,
Right.
But yeah, is there any other ones you have to talk about, or?
No, I think we can probably wrap up right about now.
All right, great. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Do you have any thoughts about Donda or covers that you think are better than the original, worse than the original? Or do you just want to name a cover song just to prove that you can do it? Be like, hey, guys, Hurt by Johnny Cash. And we'll be like, yeah, we talked about that
name a cover
one.
that we haven't named this episode.
Gage, just name a song.
Well, you got to pick one now.
All right, cover.
I mean, I guess they'd be the same.
Yeah.
The answer would work.
One can be both.
I guess that's true. Disturbed covered Land of Confusion.
Oh, you know what? That just reminds me. Disturbed. Good for you. Way to go, Gage. Disturbed, Sound of Silence is a great cover.
Oh, dude, that is better than the original.
Yep. See, I knew Gage would say that, actually. I know a lot of people who think that. I personally disagree.
You guys.
I think David Draymond has a great voice, and I think it really, really, really suits that song. But I like the original. It's a classic. And the harmonies on the original are just beautiful.
The original's not bad, but it's just so bland and boring.
Oh, wow. That's a hot take, man. I don't know if I would call it bland or boring, but you know what?
Gage has...
Dude, listen to them side by side, like one after the other.
I will.
Gage has very active brain.
I don't know what that means.
Like slow things.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Well, I don't know, folks, in the comments, let us know. What do you think? Is Gage right? Is the original version of
If
the Sound of
anyone
Silence
disagrees
boring?
with Gage, he's going to delete their comment.
He definitely will. You're
I'll
right.
just argue with them on the internet.
That's a better idea. Someone will just comment, okay, and then I'll be it.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for
Episode
listening,
19
guys.
of Here's to the Rubble. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Here's to Rubble.
And join the Discord. I think the link is in our bio. If not, we should do that. Add it to the bio. But yeah, we don't use it all that much other than for recording. But we kind of really want to get in there and talk about music with us.
Yeah, we'll listen to things that you send us.
Yeah, absolutely, we will. And
especially if it's your music.
Exactly, I was gonna say. And who knows, if we dig your stuff, maybe we'll invite you on the show. Or maybe.
And if we don't, we might invite you on
Damn it, I was
show
gonna
and
say that.
scold
Yeah.
you.
and make fun of you. It'll be like the Joker. Yeah, exactly. Bye, guys. Have a great week. See you next week.